yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. The day before New Year's Eve. Yes, yes. I know it's late, but boxing is 24/7 all around the world. It's a world sport. I know y'all not in tune for me to go live this late. But wake your asses up anyway. Yeah, man, let's talk about boxing, ladies and gentlemen. And the topic of today is I don't understand the hate that Jermell Charlo gets. I don't understand it, folks. I just don't know where it comes from. I don't understand it. And maybe y'all could help me in the chat. Y'all could help me in the comment section. I'll open up the panels. I want to understand. Look, there's certain hate in the sport of boxing. Like, I understand. Like, unfortunately, there's a lot of fighters that get praised. There's a lot of fighters that get hate. There's fighters that are the how you say it, like the good guy. There's other fighters that are like the villain. You know what I'm saying? There's villain personalities and characters in the sport of boxing. And sometimes for the most part, I understand the villains. I understand who's hated. I understand why they support it. I understand the fan base, whether it's a fighter that got a country behind them, right? I understand the love that Canelo Alvarez get. I understand the hate that Canelo Alvarez get. I understand the love that how you say, I understand the love that Anthony Joshua get. I understand the hate that Anthony Joshua get. I understand the love that Javante Tan Davis get. I understand the hate that Javante Tan Davis hate, or the displeasure. Because hate is a strong word, right? Hate is a strong word. I understand when fans for a period of time or for a little period of time may dislike a fighter or their moves or their team or their trainer or their promoter, right? Like, I believe that Jerome Bruce Ennis is liked, but I think a lot of people didn't like that he avoided and ducked and dodged the fight with Virgil Ortiz, right? But then there's other people that's under that can understand Jerome Bruce Ennis is saying, yo, I want to unify the titles in the 147-pound division, right? I understand why people love Manny Pacquiao, the 8th division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. I can understand why people love Manny Pacquiao and his character and the way that he's humble. I can understand why people may like or dislike uh uh Floyd Mayweather, the 5th division world champion, ended his career undefeated. I can understand why they love Mike Tyson. I can understand why you may not want to be a fan of Mike Tyson, the person, knowing that he got convicted in jail for violating the Desiree Washington. Right? There's other people out there that don't believe that he did it. They believe that he didn't. He done that he that they set him up or something like that. I can understand why people may like Eddie Hearn. I can understand why people may dislike Eddie Hearn. I can understand why people may like Bob Arum. I can understand why people may dislike it. Whether it's right or wrong, but you understood certain like or dislike. Can understand why people may like Al Heyman. Even though that nobody have seen Al Heyman but a bunch of Google pictures for 15 years ago, 14 years ago, man. Al Heyman has done an incredible job in staying out the light. You know what I'm saying? With a guy that in the music industry and in boxing, everybody know who Al Heyman is, and still we have not seen him. I think I seen Elvis Presley more than I see Al Heyman. I think I seen Bigfoot more than I seen Al Heyman. Shout out to everybody in the chat. But I want to get to the bottom of this. Again, I can understand why people may love Teofimo Lopez. I can understand why people may dislike Teofimo Lopez and what he may say. I can understand why people may like Devin Haney, but I can understand why people may dislike his style. Maybe it's not their style. I can understand why people may like Shakur Stevenson, but I can understand why people may dislike his fights with Edo de los Santos or Artem. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I understand sometimes when a fighter is disliked, when a fighter is liked, when a fighter is disliked for a period of time, when a fighter is disliked because he made a move, or there's a fighter out there that a lot of people wasn't even paying attention, and then he captivate the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans with a great victory or great performance, right? Like nobody expected nothing from Pitbull Cruz versus Gervonta Tan Davis, and he gained a lot of fans after the fight, even though that he lost. Right? I can understand why people dislike Ryan Garcia. I can understand why people like Ryan Garcia. Some people hate the way he talk, and sometimes Ryan Garcia tapped into a culture that is like the conspiracy theory culture. There is a conspiracy theory culture out there. The Andrew Tates of the world, the Joe Rogans of the world. There is a big culture out there of conspiracy theories culture, just like there is a boxing culture, right? I can understand why people may not like Jamal Charlo. I can understand why people may like Jamal Charlo. I can understand people may have sentimental about mental illness. There's other people that don't give a damn about mental illness. They just want you to wheel yourself back in the ring or back into the field. I understand it. I but guess what, folks? I need y'all to help me. Because I don't understand why people dislike Jermell Charlo. I don't know why people truly hate Jermell Charlo. I don't know. Of course, every fighter got their dislike and likes of fan bases, but I feel like it's way overwhelming of a hate towards Jermell Charlo. Like if Jermell Charlo was out there like every other day on social media, he's not even in social media like that. He don't talk shit in social media. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, when's the last time y'all seen Jermell Charlo in social media? I'm talking about talking this ish. So he's not even giving you something to hate or dislike. Dislike, hate, maybe love, or you know what I'm saying? He's not like that. He's not very active like that. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't push and shove his lifestyle for you to feel for the less unfortunate to feel like they don't have nothing. I got more than you, you don't got shit. Right? Jermell Charlo was an exciting fighter for the most part. Think about it. He became undisputed in his division, in which a lot of people now, I've been saying it for years. I've put Jermell Charlo on the pound for pound when even ESPN, Ring Magazine, those quote unquote credible panelists that got the power over the pen to put people into the Hall of Fame and create their pound for pound list, that those pound for pound lists are given the benefit of the doubt. I've been putting Jermell Charlo for years. I've argued with other writers about why you don't put Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is the most disrespected, devalued, undisputed champion in the history of the sport of boxing. It's funny when Jermell Charlo is reigned supreme in his division, people was calling it a weak division. But when there was this hype and emerge of Tim Tszyu, y'all was shaming Tim. A lot of people were shaming Jermell Charlo with a Tim Tszyu that hasn't proven nothing to me nor you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's put it this way, because we've been talking about other fighters. Hold on, I'm gonna read the chat right now because I truly, truly, like for real. There's a lot of subjects in the sport of boxing that I'm educated on. There's other subjects that I understand the pulse of the boxing fans, whether I agree with most of them or disagree with most of them. But I can't understand this one. This is a topic, and I just be thinking about this for months and years, and I've been talking about this, but I don't understand the hate for Jermell Charlo. We talked about always want fighters to dare to be great, right? But when Jermell Charlo went up two divisions up and dared to be great, and people didn't like the way that he approached the fight. Cool. In the end of the day, the reality is that he went up two divisions to face not just a regular champion. We're talking about arguably the best fighter of this generation. You understand what I'm trying to say? We're not talking about, he stepped up two division up and he fought Sullivan. Or he stepped up two division up to face Parker. Huh? John Ryder. Gabe Rosado, even though that he beat Gabe Rosado at 154. But you understand what I'm trying to say? He didn't step up two division to face Edgar Berlanga. He didn't went up two division to face Anthony Durrell. Not even Caleb Plant. Not even Billy Joe Saunders. He stepped up two division to face arguably the best fighter of this generation. El Rey del Boxeo, the king of boxing, Canelo Alvarez. Was Jermell Charlo the favorite to win, or was it Canelo Alvarez? Hmm? Of course, it was Canelo Alvarez, right? I mean, we give credit to everybody who steps up to the next division, right? We give credit to Canelo Alvarez to step up to the 175-pound division, right? We give credit to those, to even Kell Brook, when he moved up two division up to face Triple G, in which many look, even to today, people say, I remember that time when Kell Brook faced Triple G, and people was like, yo, Kell Brook, he exposed Triple G. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember? That shit only lasted, what, 5 or 6 rounds, and he exposed him, right? And he got cracked. His orbital bone got cracked. That's what really effed up the career of Kell Brook, him daring to be great. I Jermell, and then we talking about undisputed, right? Even with Alexander Usyk, there's this conversation and dialogue in the boxing world of who did more in their undisputed. Now we're um trying to assess the difficulties of how they earn undisputed, right? So we see that Alexander Usyk paid his dues and beating Anthony Joshua and beating Tyson Fury. Damn, yeah, that's why he's pound for pound number one, right? He had to go step by step to become undisputed, right? Just like Tifim Lopez had to go through Jaricha Comey and then Vasily Lomachenko, right, to become undisputed, right? Um, Josh Taylor, in which I felt also that it was one of the most difficult run to become undisputed and beating Regis Prograis and Jose Ramirez. Like let's not downplay it because now we see that Jose Ramirez lost to Arnold Barbosa, and we see that Regis Prograis have lost to the likes of Catterall and Devin Haney. Let's not devalue it when they was who they was, right? Or when Alexander Usyk became undisputed in the cruiserweight division by beating three undefeated fighters within the Muhammad Ali series, right? The tournament. Just like Naoya Inoue, the tournament, meaning you're not picking it, you're not picking and going and actually redefining what a journeyman is, because think about it. Alexander Usyk was beating these guys traveling to their country, traveling away. Jermell Charlo is an entertaining fighter, a knockout artist, in which he knocked out um Tony Harrison. He knocked out Jason Rosario, hit him with a jab with a solo plex that made him catch the Holy Ghost. Hallelujah! He was shaking like if he was having a go orgasm, right? And then he knocked out Brian Castano, right? To rewrite the wrong in that draw. So he knocked out three of his opponent to become an undisputed, which was not easy. And if you look at the 154-pound division landscape, he cleaned out his division. Cleaned out his division. No, the Tim Tszyu, when people put it this way, people was actually, it's crazy because it's only with Jermell Charlo. People was criticizing Jermell Charlo for ducking Tim Tszyu because he went two division up to face Canelo Alvarez. Wow. 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 Uh, Jermell Charlo ducking Tim Tszyu because he went up two divisions to fight Canelo Alvarez. But what they say, what they say, Jermell Charlo just went up two divisions up to because he wanted to fight Canelo for a payday. So y'all shame every fighter that fights Canelo Alvarez, and y'all shame him with payday. Well, let's be honest around here. Ain't nobody out here working for free. Ain't nobody in the chat right now. Ain't nobody in the chat or anybody next to you or anybody living with you want to work for free. Everybody works for a payday, and every professional fighter fights for a payday. What's this notion that you think that fighters want to fight for free, or you want to shame somebody? Oh, look at your mouth. Oh, he wants to fight for a payday. That's like me saying, oh shit, look at Captain and Malik. You want to work for payday. Look at you. Why you working? Huh? Why you want to work for payday? Oh, come on, stop. You don't need to work for payday and take care of your kids and put food on the table. No, right? What is this? What folks? I just look. I don't know if I'm right. I want you to help me out because I feel like I'm in a particular subject. I'm like losing certain things in this community. I don't know. I don't understand. What is this thing about shaming a fighter for payday? Is this fighter supposed to fight for free? So I want to ask y'all: do anybody here want to work for free? Do you work for payday or will you work? You just work to say, hey, honey, hey, kids, I'm a hardworking man. Fuck the payday. I don't give a damn about the payday. I don't give a damn about the lights, the mortgage, and the rent, and the food. It's all about work, work, work. And when I go to work, I tell my supervisor that I'm the best worker. I wanna be the pound for pound best worker at work. And I want it to be hard and difficult. I want to work overtime, but forget it, right? Why you work overtime? For the time and a half, or do you work overtime? Do you work overtime for the payday, or you work overtime because you just want to be there for your fellow co-workers and tell them, you know what? I'm a team worker. Hey boss, don't give me that damn pay stuff or that check. You know I do it for the love of it. No, 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 no. Everybody in the chat, please help me out. I want to know. I want people to be like, "Nah, Punch, you're wrong. What you talking about, Punch? You're actually wrong. I don't want fighters to fight for payday. I don't want people. Punch. No, I don't work for payday. I work because I love it and I want to be the greatest custodian. I want to be the greatest burger flipper. I want to be the greatest marketing salesman. I want to be the best car salesman. And I'm not doing it for no damn percentage. I'm doing it because I love it. And I want to be the employee of the month. Help me out, folks. I get. Is it that because there's people out there that don't like PBC? And when you look at PBC or whoever is in cahoots with PBC or signed to advise or managed by Al Heyman, you don't like that particular fighter? He said Eddie said PBC is broke, no money. Well, Canelo Alvarez is in partners up with PBC. So why didn't Canelo Alvarez do his due diligence, or why the great Canelo Alvarez didn't bring that type of cachet to PBC so PBC won't be broke? How is PBC broke when they're paying Canelo Alvarez? Can you explain that to me? It's funny. It's funny. I get it. So y'all don't y'all don't mix up Canelo and PBC. If PBC is broke, damn, then what Canelo Alvarez been doing to PBC? Help me out. You see, Eddie Alvarez. I want you to help me out. I don't know if you're wrong or I don't know if I'm wrong. I'm right. I'm asking for help. I created this channel to preserve the sport of boxing, to preserve the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. And I created this channel also for the community. And I always say that I'm here to educate, and I'm also very open to be educated. I want to know. I want to know. He said Eddie Alvarez, because I've been hearing this a lot throughout the community, whether in Twitter or the YouTube. PBC is done. PBC ain't shit. PBC is broke. Showtime left. So why didn't the power of Canelo Alvarez kept Showtime going? Why didn't the power of Canelo Alvarez kept PBC rolling and bringing that cachet into PBC? Like when Floyd Mayweather was with PBC, we never heard that PBC was broke. When Floyd Money Mayweather was on PBC, we ain't never heard PBC was broke. What is it? Did Canelo Alvarez make PBC go broke? I mean, help me. I'm just I'm looking for answers here, folks. I'm searching for answers here. Rapstar Boxing Out is the voice of the UK London. Hey, Rapstar, can you help me out here, folks? Can you? I don't. They say that PBC go broke, but Canelo Alvarez is still getting paid, right? By PBC. I want to know where they're broke, because we always look at the spearhead. We always look at the. It's just like if we're looking at basketball, right? And the guy that gets the praise and the guy that gets the blame for the downfall or the success of a team is the star, right? He said PBC get their money back with Canelo fights. Not all fighters built the same way. Of course, not all fighters built the same way. So now you're saying that okay, PBC get so PBC got money now. That's what you're saying. So PBC is not broke. PBC get their money back with Canelo fights. Not all. So PBC got their money back. So they're not broke. Okay. All right. So now PBC is not broke because Canelo Alvarez get their money back. Right? Canelo's 3-fight deal was trash, was begging PBC for easy fights only. Hmm? Help me out. Look, I don't know all the answers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like you. Watch out, Punch Young. The boxing voice trying to block your channel. Don't trust unless he no. Oh. Let's stick to the topic. Let's stick to the topic. Let's stick to the topic. There's a lot of fighters out there that got their haters and supporters. For the most part, they got more support than hate. I don't believe that fighters, damn, should be hated more, especially if you're highly successful. Jermell Charlo cleaned out his division. There's few fighters that has cleaned out their division, even when they became undisputed. I'm gonna give you an example. Devin Haney did not clear the lightweight division by beating George Cambosa. That was one fighter that he beat, right? But yes, he became undisputed, but just he only beat one guy. He didn't go fight by fight and champion. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say that Terrence Bud Crawford run in the 140-pound division when he became undisputed was a weak undisputed. Yeah, at the end of the day, still became undisputed, but a lot of people don't talk about his run in the 140-pound division, right? Some people have it harder than others. Pause. He says, so why is PBC not putting any events? I don't know. We're talking about Jermell Charlo. And now I'm understanding why y'all hate Jermell Charlo. Y'all hate Jermell Charlo for all the wrong reasons. See, because I'm talking about Jermell Charlo, but now people are coming into the chat talking about PBC. So you align Jermell Charlo because you don't like Jermell Charlo because you don't like PBC? I mean, be real with me. I want to understand. I want to stand his hate because I don't understand his hate. A lot of people talk about, oh, everybody bet Canelo Alvarez for a fight. Jermell Charlo never bet Canelo Alvarez for a fight. And the only time that Jermell Charlo even asked for a fight is because he was in position for a fight in 154, which that was what, almost 10 years ago? The reason why Jermell Charlo even fought Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez was in negotiation with his twin brother, Jermall Charlo, and Jermall Charlo pulled out from the negotiations because he was going through mental issues. And his brother, and they brought the fight to his brother. They asked Jermell Charlo if he's willing to step up and fight Canelo Alvarez. It wasn't Jermell seeking for Canelo Alvarez. Did you forget that it was Jermell Charlo right after the fight with Bud Crawford and Earl Spence that Jermell Charlo wanted Bud Crawford and Bud Crawford wanted Jermell Charlo? Y'all forgot about that? Canelo Alvarez seeked to fight Jermell Charlo, was not the other way around. Jermell Charlo just stepped up two-weight classes to fight Jermell Charlo. To fight Canelo Alvarez. Now, if you may not like the way that he fought Canelo Alvarez, understandable. Hey, I thought that he was going to go for it, right? But then I also understand Canelo Alvarez is Canelo Alvarez. And when he's saying that, yo, when I hit Canelo Alvarez and he didn't feel my punches, then hey, the smartest thing to do what is to get knocked out, cracked up, or survive in a way that he knew how to survive. If it was another fighter, we'll be saying, damn, why he didn't cut the ring off, right? That's what we do to other fighters. I'll give you an example. People say, damn, T.O. should have cut the ring off versus Sando Martin. T.O. should have cut the ring off versus what's his name? Jermaine Ortiz, right? Edo de los Santos should have cut the ring off versus Shakur Stevenson. Man, people need to learn how to cut the ring. All right, so Canelo Alvarez should have learned how to cut the ring off because he did knock them down and won the seventh round. Why he didn't finish the job? But of course, and this is what I'm talking about. There's other fighters that get the benefit of the doubt more than others. Correct? Jermell's a great boxer, but he's been inactive to make demands. Okay, but make demands. Okay, Jermell is a great boxer, but he's been too inactive to make demands. What are demands that he's talking about? Oh, he's saying that he's a 154-pound king and he's coming back. That's just accurate. Nobody has done anything more significant in 154 than Jermell Charlo. So if Jermell Charlo, the undisputed, and didn't get beat when he became undisputed, He left the 154-pound division to move up and dare to be great. Daring to be great gets props. Mikey Garcia gets props for fighting Earl Spence. Mikey Garcia knew that he couldn't even hurt Earl Spence because he came from the 135-pound division, moved two weight classes up to fight Earl Spence. Do you shit on Mikey Garcia for moving up two division up? What do you expect from a guy moving two division up? How many fighters in the history of the sport of boxing move up two division up and win? How many guys in the history of the sport of boxing moved up two division up and won the fight? That's why it's called daring to be great, taking the risk. Now, some people may say, well, it didn't seem like Jermell Charlo took the risk. He did take the risk. It's the reason why he got put down in the fight. Stepping inside the ring is already taking the risk. What people wanted him, whether they like it or not, is for him to be dumb and get knocked out. But then, you know what y'all would have done? Y'all would have been, well, Jermell Charlo was man dumb. Why he went out there after getting knocked out and then try to go toe to toe with Canelo Alvarez? If Jermell Charlo would have gone toe to toe with Canelo Alvarez, what y'all would have done? What y'all would have said? Then y'all would have said he was stupid, right? Then y'all would have made fun of him just like y'all did Demetrius Andre when he tried to go toe to toe with David Benavidez. And then y'all said, why Demetrius Andre fought like he never did before? Why did he go toe to toe with David Benavidez? Right? You would still shit on Jermell Charlo if he was still going to get knocked out. You was just like y'all shitted on Demetrius Andre. And just like we shitted on Devin Haney, because we told Devin Haney that you're a boring fighter. See, I was one of those guys that said Devin Haney is a boring fighter, but I was still one of those guys that said that he knows how to win. We know that Devin Haney got no power, right? Now we're making fun of Devin Haney because he went out there to go for it versus Ryan Garcia, right? His father said, be Drago. Then, but peep this. Then we criticize Devin Haney for actually going to fight Ryan Garcia. So let's be real out here. We all have a little hypocrisy and contradictions within our breakdown when it comes to the sport of boxing. Everybody, each and every one of us, each and every boxing content creator, each and every fan, right? He said, let me see the ring chat. He said, you don't know boxing, you in your feelings. Okay, all right. I don't give a damn about punch. I want you to teach me. Teach me. I don't know nothing, right? I don't know nothing. I'm delivering this content by saying I don't know nothing. I need your help, right? If a child in school says, teacher, I need your help, and you go and the teacher says, shut the f up, you don't know nothing. So teach me. G Walls, teach me. Why is Jermell Charlo the most disrespected and devalued, undisputed champion in the history of the sport of boxing? What is the hate towards Jermell Charlo? Is he a knockout artist? He checks the box of being an exciting fighter. He checks the box. Did he dare to be great, but he took a loss? Boom, he checks the box. Did he bet? Is he going out here talking a lot of crap about people or stuff like that on social media? No, you haven't even seen him on social media for almost a year. He's not even active like that, right? He's a family man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I want you to. He said he's a drunk. No, we talking about Jermell Charlo. We're not talking about Jamal Charlo. Maybe that's what it is too. That y'all Okay, anybody here? Do y'all confuse Jermell to Jamal? He said he's the drunk. No, that's Jamal. Jamal's the one that been out there with the drinking problem, the one that has the DWI. What do you mean, Chicago? Or just be honest and say, okay, I got it confused. I thought it was Jamal's, not Jamel. Okay, guys, let's start it off again. We're talking about Jermell. Okay, let me put the picture up. Maybe we're good with this. All right. We're talking about Jermell Charlo, not Jamal Charlo. We're talking about the undisputed at 154-pound division. Okay? For the people that's coming in. Pause. Why? What you mean? They twins. They the same. Oh, okay. So let me ask you a question. So if he's a drunk, then Jamel got to be the drunk. So if Jamal Charlo, God forbid, violates a woman, then Jamel Charlo, you would say that he violates women too? Oh, wow. Wow, Chicago Kills. I didn't know you was like that, my brother. I didn't know you was like that. Dang. So now, so he takes on his if he sniff coke, then he's a coke. If he's a crackhead, then wow. Okay, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. I'm all about real talk. I'm all about real talk. Because I really want to answer. I'm not here to waste. I didn't do this live to waste my time, guys. Please, man. Like, come on. We all grown men out here. Throw for tonight. Throw some other channel. I know somebody else is live. Throw another channel. Come on. Let's talk boxing. Let's talk some real men shit. Some grown man boxing ish. Let's do that for us. Let's do that. Let's do that. Um. Why? Where's the hate coming from that's directed to Jamel Charlo? Again, like I said at the beginning of the live, I understand when we say, damn, we don't like that Devin Haney is suing Ryan Garcia. That's a weak move. I can understand that, right? I can understand, damn, I don't like Clarissa Shields' mouth. She got a trashy ass mouth, right? She's a jealous and envious women fighter that's jealous of Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor and their success. But damn, she's a hell of a champion. Damn, she's a hell of a fighter. One of the best that ever laced them up. We could say that. Where I can understand why she's great, and I can also understand why people may look at her and don't like her personality, right? And this is what I'm talking. I can understand, even if I agree or disagree. I can understand when people like Clarissa Shields or dislike Clarissa Shields. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, Clarissa Shields, I could beat every man. I could beat Triple G. I could beat Keith Thurman. I could beat Jake Paul. I understand. I understand that people don't like a loud mouth bitch. So I understand the dislike and why she doesn't get the benefit of the doubt over girls like Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. I can understand that, right? We can understand that. We all humans here. You feel me? If it's a weak subject that you ain't interested in, why you here? Right? Let me see. Happy New Year's. Stay positive on safe for real, for real. Nobody been talking about them. This subject is weak. All right, so boom. Put you on time out, my brother. So get the fuck out of here. You don't gotta be here. Why you timing in? Go jerk off. Go watch xnxx.com or fuck a midget. Fuck your lady or your man. Get the fuck out of here. So you just come, Punch, you're not talking what I want to talk about. Get the fuck out. Like, I don't, I'm gonna start doing what other people or what other channels are doing. You're criticizing me because you don't like the topic that we're talking about. So wait for tomorrow. He said, okay, Eddie Alvarez says, both Charlo talk too much for me. Okay, all right, Eddie Alvarez. When was the last time Jermell Charlo talked? Or let's be real, folks. Or maybe in the YTBC, maybe in the YTBC, right? In the YouTube boxing community, there's channels maybe that used race bait. There was race baiting, and they put probably black fighters against Latino fighters. Or is it that? Is that there's certain channels that y'all don't like that they adopted the Charlo brothers to go and try to shame Canelo or something like that, and that's how y'all became to hate Jermell Charlo? DJ MFB, Mike from Boston in the building with the $5 super chat. What's good, my brother? Come on, y'all, help me out here. Is, this is really an open discussion. Is that what it is? Is it that years ago there was a bunch of channels, race baiting channels, that they adopted the PBC and they was pumping PBC and they was shitting on Top Rank and they was pumping PBC because maybe Al Heyman is an African American, you know, manager and the owner of PBC, and There was boxing content creators that was pushing that. So y'all hate on PBC fighters or anybody that's aligned with PBC, or was a race bait thing. Come on, let's talk about it. Why is the hate for Jermell Charlo? I want to know. We could be honest. He got hate because he lost to Canelo. They hate Canelo because he's a light-skinned Mexican. Colorism don't help our people or culture. I hate race baiting too, but I think it's only Jermell attitude. Okay, Jermell's attitude. What is Jermell's attitude compared to Canelo's attitude? What is what is Jermell? Again. I'm asking the question. Like I've been thinking. I'm like, damn man. I'll be thinking, damn, when Jermell Charlo's gonna get back in the ring, man? Damn, when Jermell Charlo has done an interview? When's the last time Jermell Charlo did an interview? A matter of fact, people say that okay, he said he don't like Jermell's attitude. I remember leading up to the Canelo Alvarez fight, everybody was saying, "Damn, Jermell ain't even being rowdy. Damn, Jermell Charlo was being nice. Damn, Jermell." So I'm trying to understand the attitude too. This is what I've been thinking about. Like, I put the post he put on his IG story, him hitting the heavy bag. He didn't even say nothing. Him hitting the heavy bag, and then the other day, a couple of days ago, he put on the story, "I'm coming back 154 or 154. Watch out," something like that. Won't y'all like to see Jermell versus Bud Crawford? I would love to see that fight. Bud Crawford versus Jermell Charlo. I'd love to see that fight, right? I mean, put it this way: even when people I think for the people that want to see a Terrence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the fight that Canelo Alvarez had with Jermell Charlo should have humbled so many people in the boxing world that if Jermell Charlo, who is bigger than Terrence Bud Crawford, who is a knockout artist, and he told the people that when I hit Canelo Alvarez, he didn't even feel my punches. What you think that Bud Crawford going to do to Canelo Alvarez? So hey, for the people that didn't like that fight, at least take it for an account that if Jermell Charlo couldn't do nothing to Canelo Alvarez, what the hell you think Terrence Bud Crawford going to do to Canelo Alvarez? That right there should have humbled the minds. If y'all want to see Bud Crawford, hey, it is what it is. I'm not a real big fan of it. I will watch it. I've come to grips with, if the most of the boxing fans want it, why am I gonna hold as a boxing head? Why would I hold Terrence Bud Crawford not to go out there if he has the opportunity to dare to be great and fight Canelo Alvarez? But I've seen enough. I seen what I needed to see. I know what Canelo Alvarez possessed. We know what Terrence Bud Crawford possessed, but I also know what Jermell Charlo possessed. And if Jermell Charlo couldn't do nothing to Canelo Alvarez, I believe that Terrence Bud Crawford is going to do worse than Jermell Charlo. I believe that Terrence Bud Crawford, not believe, he's older than Jermell Charlo. I even think if Jermell Charlo would have fought Terrence Bud Crawford, I would have think that it was a 50-50 fight. Would probably give the edge, and I give the edge to Jermell Charlo to beat Terrence Bud Crawford. No, no, no. Yes, I do believe so. Yes. Why wouldn't you believe so? Why? Got the footwork, got the jab, got power in both hands, got agility, got one of the great one of the great jabs of all of the champions. Why not? He said, "Look at Chicago, cause hey, but I thought you didn't like the subject, Chicago. You still here? I thought you ain't like the subject. You was throwing dirt on my subject and on my channel. Why you here? I want to know. Are you gonna support? Are you gonna?" He said, "Well, you blocked me, bro, because you said why block? I didn't block you. I put you on timeout because you said that this shit is weak. This topic is weak. So I'm saying, why you gonna shit on me and shit on this topic? Or you just here to shit on the topic? I want to know." Jermell gotta stay hungry even after the Alvarez fight. Yeah. Now, now if Jermell was inactive, then okay, damn, yo, man, I'm not liking that Jermell Charlo was active. Cool. Shit, I'm not liking that the whole boxing world is active and active. I don't like that. That's the primary issue in the sport of boxing is inactivity. Are we happy that Terrence Bud Crawford, who after the Earl Spence fight said that this is the Terrence Bud Crawford era, and we only seen him one time versus Madrimov, and we never seen him again? He only fought one time this year versus Madrimov. Is that enough for us? Devin Haney fought one time. Ryan Garcia fought one time. Sorry, Javante Tank Davis fought one time. Earl Spence hasn't fought. Jerome Bruce Ennis, what, fought one time? Was it one time? One time, two time, something like that. Teofimo Lopez fought two times. Like, how many great fights did we get? He said them boys got no heart. Hmm. So to become an undisputed champion, you got no heart. Wow. I want to understand where we at as hardcore boxing fans, because I know ain't nobody here at 2 o'clock in the morning listening to hardcore boxing channels and shit like that and say a guy got no heart. Man, I want to know. I just want to know. Because I do believe there's a level of heart that boxers need to have to step inside that ring. Like we ain't never seen the Charlos walk out like Galata when he faced Mike Tyson. We ain't never seen a fighter cry like Oliver McCall. And I sure never seen Jermell Charlo or Jamal Charlo quit, say no mas like Roberto Duran. I ain't never seen that before. I ain't never seen none of the Charlo brothers quit like Roberto Duran. That's not what I saw versus Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo. I did see the great Roberto Duran actually quit. In the history of the sport of boxing, that shit is a catchphrase now when somebody quits no mas because of the great Roberto Duran. I guess people ain't gonna like that, right? He said, hopefully Charlo don't do Danny Garcia after that Canelo payday. What the fuck you on, bro? Are you drunk? Both brothers are cat, not lions. Right? My Mexican brothers in the chat, no giving no type of credit to the Charlo. Okay, let me ask this question. Is it a race thing? Is it that y'all don't like Jermell Charlo because he's black? I'm putting everything on the table. Is it you don't like Jermell Charlo because he's PBC, or y'all don't like Jermell Charlo or because he's black? Is it y'all don't like Jermell Charlo because he didn't fight the way that y'all wanted him to fight versus Canelo Alvarez? Is it y'all don't like Jermell Charlo because y'all feel like he ducked Tim Tszyu so he could fight Canelo Alvarez? Is it that y'all don't like Jermell Charlo because he's not fighting enough? Is it I don't like Jermell Charlo because you don't like who he beat to become undisputed? I'm putting everything. I'm putting everything out there. Van Loxa is definitely a race thing. You know what, Van Yo, yo, yo. You hear me? Hold on, hold on. Hold on, shit. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Que esta vaina. Espera. I'm good, I'm good. He said you're gonna come back and put you on timeout. Nah, 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 nah. He said, let me see where you're at. Box Latino in the building. What's good, Box Latino TV? Yo, Punch, where you at, bro? I'm right here. 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 Rats ate the mic. Rats ate the mic. Weakest subject. All right. What y'all want him to talk about then? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What we gonna talk about? Nah, nah. I want to talk about this. I want some answers. I want some answers. I want some answers. I want some answers. Is it? I just want to know. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what this community. I want to know what the boxing community actually values. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said in the beginning, there is certain fighters, there's certain personalities in the book. Like, okay, I understand why there's people that are fans of Bill Haney, and then I understand why people dislike them. Bill Haney. I understand why people like T.O. Senior, and then I understand why people dislike T.O. Senior. Like, we know it. I just want to know what the Jermell Charlo that he's accomplished. Like, I can't. I'll give you an example. I like Bam Rodriguez. I really can't find any reason to dislike Bam Rodriguez. If I wanted to be that type of head, what is it to dislike about Bam Rodriguez? All right, let me say that in the chat. Let me see if it makes sense. What is it? What you dislike about Bam Rodriguez? Because I can't find nothing, right? Bam Rodriguez fights a fight. Bam Rodriguez dare to be great. Bam Rodriguez is a champion. Bam Rodriguez knockout, a great performer. We seen Bam Rodriguez fight with a broken jaw. We seen Bam Rodriguez get knocked down, get right back up. Like, there's a lot of fighters that get hate and love. I don't see why people would hate Bam Rodriguez. Like, I can't pinpoint it, right? Right? I like Bam Rodriguez. I can't see, like, what is it? All right, maybe the only thing that somebody will pick it, like, nitpick Bam Rodriguez, if they want to say, but Bam Rodriguez is with Snack. And then we have to keep it consistent if we're going to say, but Devin Haney's a snack. Like, I'll be real. I'm not a Pablo Escobar fan. Pablo Escobar PED's fan. I'm not a Victor Conte fan. But I do know fighters that is linked to Victor Conte. And if they cool with Victor, it is what it is. But I also always be like, but you're gonna be suspicious of it. For example, y'all know my boy is the Mise Andre, right? The Mise Andre understands that I remember when he was in camp and he was in the gym, and I said, and I was with the snack powder. I'm like, the snack, let's go Hercules. And I said, yo, if you knock out David Benavidez, the first thing people gonna say is snack, right? Same thing what people was talking about Terrence Bud Crawford, right? There was whispers of, yo, but snack, man, how he beat Earl Spence like that. So then I could see the only thing that people would nitpick Bam Rodriguez would be snack, right? If they wanted to. If they wanted to hate on Bam Rodriguez, that's what they'll say. But there's nothing to really hate about Bam Rodriguez. There's nothing to hate about him, right? Like Usyk, all right, anybody. Why would anybody hate Usyk? Like, even Timothy Bradley, when he's saying, oh, he's not an all-time great in heavyweight division, shut up. He could be top 10. He has the credentials to be top 10. And you know what? When people say, just because he had these particular fights in the heavyweight division, he ain't fight enough in the heavyweight division for him to be considered all-time great, top 10, top 5, or even top 15. Well, I could debunk that very, very easily, because when we're talking about all-time heavyweight, what do back in the days, there never used to be a cruiserweight. Back in the days, the heavyweight was around 195 pounds, 198 pounds, 200 pounds, 210. Like it wasn't this hybrid heavyweights like you can't name me a 6'9", a 6'9", nearly 300 pound heavyweight in the history of heavyweights. I think we should add the cruiserweight in the talks of the heavyweights because that's 200 pounds. It's like, for example, Roy Jones Jr. beat John Ruiz, and John Ruiz weighed almost 30 pounds more than Roy Jones Jr. As a matter of fact, Roy Jones Jr. didn't even step in that ring over 200 pounds. He was 193 pounds. Roy Jones Jr. beat John Ruiz, and John Ruiz was almost 200, almost 200. What was it, 228? Something like that. Exactly. Like he was giving up, right, sucker? He was giving up 60 pounds. 60 pounds. Like you got to give him massive credit. And let's not forget that the guy that was supposed to be the best of the heavyweight of this generation was Tyson Fury. So Alexander Usyk get major props. And the good thing about it is that Alexander Usyk is doing what every other great heavyweight has done. If you look at the history of the heavyweight division, they all have rematches. You know why? Because that's all they have is themselves. They can't just jump divisions and divisions and divisions. So there have been a lot of rematches in the history of the sport of boxing, right? Muhammad Ali fought. How many times he fought Ken Norton? How many times he fought Frazier? How many times he fought Sonny Liston? How many times that he fought George Chuvalo? So what was the reason for anybody to hate Josh Taylor after beating Jose Ramirez? What's the reason? Anybody? Can anybody tell me why would you hate Josh Taylor after the fight with Jose Ramirez? There's nothing to hate, right? I don't know. Can y'all tell me? Is there anything to hate? What is it? You have anything to hate Bam Rodriguez after beating Juan Francisco Estrada? Is it there? Do you hate Naoya Inoue after beating Luis Neri? Is there anything to hate about Naoya Inoue? Or maybe is the hate a culture thing? Fury getting enough. Bam is on snack. Usyk would embarrass Wilder. No one can hate on Bam. He gets them out of there. Facts. And that's how and yo, Box Latino TV, that's how I feel about why people will hate Jermell Charlo, because Jermell Charlo gets him all out of there. That's how he became undisputed. Even if you okay, oh man, the draw. Oh, you thought that Brian Castano won. Oh, okay, they ran it back. What he did to Brian Castano, right? It's almost the same analogy to what people feel about Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois. I feel like, yo, Danny Dubois should have won by knockout. I think that that was a legal shot to the body. But then some people was gonna say, but all right, even when the referee didn't count it, Danny Dubois still had to stay disciplined and still had to stay mentally strong and within the moment of staying focused and locked in, and the fight is not finished. And I think that Danny Dubois checked out mentally because he was still and mentally still stuck in him not getting the benefit of the doubt from that body shot. And Alexander Usyk took fully advantage. People see that fight as a rematch within the first fight. If you understand what I'm trying to say, people see that moment as a rematch within the first fight because there was so much of a gap between time for Alexander Usyk to recuperate, but also for Danny Dubois to stay focused. Like this, what it is. I think that, and I've been saying this for 2 years now, because I remember the beginning of 2023. I remember I said, we gotta hold ourselves accountable. We always talk ish about the promoters, talk ish about the fighters, talk ish about the managers. But I believe that us collectively, as the boxing community, has let American boxing down just as much as we may think that certain entities have let us down as boxing fans with pay-per-views, overpriced pay-per-views, not quality, not the best fight in the best. But then we do have the best fight in the best. And if you look at it in the history of the sport of boxing, it's always been like that. We may think it hasn't been like that because the fighters back in the days was more active. But because they was more active, that doesn't mean that they was fighting the best. Go check every legend. Go check every legend's resume whenever you got the chance. As a matter of fact, if you got another device, go check another legend right now. Check all the legends and look the in between fights of their quote unquote big fights. Matter of fact, back in the days, not every fight was televised. All Roberto Duran fights wasn't televised. All Julio Cesar Chavez wasn't televised worldwide or even in North America. There's certain fights that Roberto Duran fought out here in America and it was a big fight, and then he'll go out there in Panama and get himself a couple of easy fights and then get a big fight. Those fights wasn't televised. You understand what I'm saying? Newspaper fights. Yes. So yeah, back in the days they fought more, but back in the days they fought way more what we call, and I don't like to say it, but what they call cans. Back in the days they fought more cans than today. I mean, it was cool that it was active, but think about it. They was fighting more cans back in the days than today. And the evolution of boxing as well is that there's more quality professionals than there was back in the days. Because if you do the history of the sport of boxing, boxing was a poor man's sport. There was a lot of fighters back in the days that held jobs. There was a lot of fighters back in the days that they wasn't thoroughly professional. There was regular people with regular jobs that used boxing as part-time. They used boxing as part-time. Don't think that everybody was a professional and everybody was great back in the days. No, it was not like that. Don't think that boxing was because we talk about the four kings and we only want to say, well, when Fred Benitez fought Duran, and then Duran fought Hagler, and then he fought Hearns the next fight, and then he fought Sugar Ray Leonard the next fight, and then he fought you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. It wasn't like, oh yeah, this year Leonard fought Duran, and then the next fight he fought Hagler, and then after that he fought Hearns, and then after that he fought Benitez, and then after that that, that's not what it is. That's not, it never was like that. Ugly Kid said, why is UFC winning boxing? Good question. You know why? Because the culture is different. The culture is different. Why Mexican fans hold down their fighters better than American fans hold down their fighter? Culture. Why when we see the UK hold their fighters down. Look, the UK, they love Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora lost 14, 15 times. There is a culture of support. And in boxing, the culture of hate is in America. We hate everything that's good. We want everything that is great. This is, I explained this a million times throughout lives and videos within my channel. The American culture is to see to support a potential great. While he's climbing the ladder or she's climbing the ladder, we support him. We hype them up. Matter of fact, we overly hype them up. People capitalize off those stories. People get rich off those stories, whether journalists, media, independent media, sports platforms. Then when they reach the mountain top, you know what we do? We say they didn't do shit once they got there. And then we drag them down. And then the toxic and the hate is also lucrative, right? Because in America, the most lucrative story is the redemption story, is the comeback story. That's the most lucrative story in American history, is the comeback story. Whether it's a team, whether it's a fighter, or whether it's just a particular athlete. The downfall of Tiger Woods was massive, but Tiger Woods' comeback is massive as well. The downfall of Kobe Bryant, massive. But then his comeback story was greater. Allen Iverson, same shit. And they'll try to do it to every high-profile athlete. They even tried it with Derek Jeter. Let's not forget. And Derek Jeter was supposed to be one of the most loved baseball player. But let's not forget they were trying to take him down with taxes in Florida. What about Michael Jordan gambling? They tried. What about the Mike Tyson story? Hmm? I mean, some of y'all may be like, this is a conspiracy theory, but if you look at the records of how we treat our athletes, especially our fighters, is we look at your and I did a video about this, and I want to use it in one of my lives. I did a video and I said Virgil Ortiz and Bruce Ennis. I said this. I think I said this 5 years ago, and I said, trust me, once you reach the mountaintop, you better be prepared for the hate. As soon as Jerome Bruce Ennis became a champion, that's when you started hearing the hate. Jerome Bruce Ennis was never hated. Virgil Ortiz was never hated. As soon as they struggle a little bit, oh, Virgil Ortiz struggled with Boachuk. Oh, Virgil Ortiz is not all that. Oh, Virgil Ortiz is not all that. Well, you can't struggle now. You can't have a difficult fight. Is every fight, every high invested fighter or high profile fighter got to have it easy? What happened to us wanting to see a fighter overcome through adversity? Hey, yo, let me say it like this. That's the reason why people love the Rocky movie. The underdog story. Isn't it great seeing how a fighter like Uwe could get dropped and then come right back and beat the crap out of Louis Neri? Even if it's not within that particular fight, don't you want to see them go back to the drawing board, right? Why we always say, hey, this fighter or this team need to go back to the drawing board? Could we allow fighters to go back to the drawing board and rewrite the wrong? And let's see their adjustments and how they're gonna execute those type of adjustments? Or we want all these fighters to be perfect. Do you want every fighter to be like Mayweather? Then guess what? Then how we're gonna differentiate the good and the great of every fighter? Do you want everybody to fight defensively without taking any risks? How do we know when a fighter got a chin? He need to get hit, right? Just like we say, yo, Canelo Alvarez got arguably the best chin in the history of the sport of boxing. I don't want to get into the debate and dispute of who. In my opinion, Canelo Alvarez has the best chin in the history of the sport of boxing, and somebody else is gonna be like, "No, it's Hagler." Well, for me, it's Canelo. Why I say Canelo Alvarez? Because Hagler never risked his chin moving up like Canelo Alvarez. Now I know there's gonna be people out here that love the old school fight. I'ma say it right here, right now. Punch Wrong Box and say it. Canelo Alvarez have a better chin than marvelous Marvin Hagler, because at least Canelo Alvarez chest his chin moving up, and Hagler never did. Roberto Duran tests his chin moving up. Hearns tests his chin moving up, and Leonard tests his chin moving up, not Hagler. I'm not gonna give that one to Hagler. Sorry, folks. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna give people extra credit. I'm gonna say he has a chin in the middleweight division, but guess what? Canelo Alvarez moved up, and for arguably, arguably one of the most powerful punchers in the history of the sport of boxing in the middleweight division, and he took his shots like it was nothing, and that was Triple G. Am I right or wrong? And then let's not forget that Canelo Alvarez went to the 175-pound division and got hit by Cobra, not I was gonna say Cobra Pulev, but Kovalev, who also at this generation, whether you like him or not, is known as the Crusher, as one of the most devastating punchers in the sport of boxing as well. Canelo Alvarez ain't move up to face. Oh, I remember when they was trying to diss Canelo. Oh, why you face the weakest of all champions? No, Canelo Alvarez faced the guy that has proven to kill a man in the ring in Kovalev, and the most accomplished fighter outside of, not outside of, within the Bivol and Beterbiev around that time. And guess what? People don't even give him that much credit for the Kovalev fight, and he moved up. Oh, but Kovalev was 36, 35 years old. Well, Terrence Bud Crawford is 37 years old or 38 years old. Y'all still think he's the man. See, people like to pick and choose the age, when the age or when they're in their prime or when they're not. He said, Von Lock, if we could have a fantasy fight between the Marvelous One or Canelo, who you got? I got Canelo. I got Canelo. I got Canelo that fight. I'm not a boxing head that's a slave to the past. Because if you think about it, every fantasy fight of today's fighters, of yesterday fighters, most people will pick yesterday fighters because they're just slaves to the past. It's about say who wins. Um, Roberto Duran or Floyd Mayweather. Who wins that fight? Roberto Duran, bro. Watch this, watch this. Who wins? T.O. or Roberto Duran at 135? Roberto Duran, look, T.O. lost to George Kambosos. Okay, who wins? Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm not even gonna say Tank because he hasn't fought the best fight in the best. I want to say I want people that's proven. Who wins? Keith Thurman or Aaron Pryor? Hmm? Who wins? Terrence Bud Crawford or Wilfred Benitez? I pick Terrence Bud Crawford or whoop Wilfred Benitez. I pick Inoue. Put it this way, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt feelings right here. I pick Inoue to move up to beat Salvador Sanchez. No, I'm interested in seeing a guts in the building, yo. I'm late. Keep sleeping on Jermell, you casual mother effers. Jermell beats Crawford at 154 and cry about it. Facts. I think so too. That fight would be close between Benitez and Bud. I don't. I think that Bud would beat Benitez. I don't know if Benitez beat. I don't think. I don't know if Fred Benitez beats Keith Thurman in his prime. I think he would have a tough time. Now, I think that with Frey Benitez, hmm, Virgil didn't whoop Butcher. My boy Punch chose Andre to beat Benavidez. You was wilding for that punch. I'm always gonna go with my boy Demise Andre. You know what I'm saying? I, if I lose, I lose. I feel like I still to this day I feel like Demise Andre is a got a better skill set than a David Benavidez, but David Benavidez got a skill set and he's an enigma at 168. I don't think that many could face or be. It's tough to be, in my opinion, David Benavidez at 168. He's an enigma. He's 6'3", probably close to 6'4". They list him as 6'2". David Benavidez is not 6'2". I stand next to David Benavidez. David Benavidez is not no 6'2". He's 6'3" and up. He's an enigma. He is like a Tyson Fury in the heavyweight division. David Benavidez is an enigma at 168. But hey, he lost. Demise Andre stepped up. That was his first year in at 168. And at least he went for it, right? And that's what I mean, like I said earlier. Like, people is mad at Jermell Charlo because the way that he fought Canelo didn't seem like he went for it. He went on survival mode. But Demetrius Andre didn't go on survival mode. As a matter of fact, most other people thought that he was going to be fighting David Benavidez in the outside. Go look, hey yo, ladies and gentlemen, go look at the last 15 seconds of the fifth round where he was getting touched up by David Benavidez. Look at the ending of that round. But y'all still shit on Demetrius Andre. Y'all shit on Jermell Charlo for not taking more risk in that fight. But y'all shit on Demetrius Andre for taking all the risk in that fight. Oh, you see when he stepped up for the first time. No. Y'all motherfuckers watched everybody duck Demetrius Andre. But he didn't get the benefit of the doubt. That's another content in its own. Yo, Punch, why you always talk? Nah, I'm keeping it real. You guys, most other people don't want to keep it real. You guys watched him get ducked and they didn't say nothing about it. As a collective boxing community, you guys let Triple G duck Demetrius Andre. Y'all gave Canelo Alvarez a pass when they that or let's say his team a pass because they could have gone for undisputed in the 160-pound division. Y'all gave Daniel Jacobs a pass because Andre Rose said that I don't want Daniel Jacobs to fight Demetrius Andre. That fight is never gonna happen because I love Demetrius Andre and I love Daniel Jacobs, and that fight is never gonna happen. You guys gave Daniel Jacobs the pass for not him fighting. Y'all gave Jermall Charlo the pass when the Jermall Charlo said we blackballing Demetrius Andre. Y'all forgot about that? Y'all never held nobody accountable for ducking him when he had the strap at 160. Oh no, Demetrius Andre ain't shit. Y'all ain't even held Billy Joe Saunders accountable for popping dirty. And then the fight, you know what I'm saying? They scratched the fight. As a matter of fact, that was his championship fight to become a champion at 160 because Billy Joe Saunders was the champion. The reason why he became a champion at 160 because they was fighting for a vacant belt, and he was fighting for a vacant belt with a dude from across the pond. But I remember people were saying that Demetrius Andre was fighting guys that we don't even know how to pronounce their names. But guess what? Look at all the people we're giving credit now. Boachuk, Majramov, the dude that Tim Zoo lost. What's their names? Oh, now we give credit to those those Eastern European fighters. But when Demetrius Andre was beating those Eastern European fighters, they wasn't shit. But go check their records out. Those guys are just the same as Majramov and Boachucks of the world. But because it's Demetrius Andre, y'all never gave him credit for beating the guys that y'all don't know. Do you think that the the casuals, or even within the boxing world, we wasn't talking about no Bud versus Majramov? We didn't care about Majramov. We looked past Majramov because we was looking at, whoa, Bud and Tim Zoo, Bud and maybe Fundura. Or maybe Jermell Charlo, or maybe moving up to Canelo Alvarez. We way overlooked Majramov. We way overlooked Virgil Ortiz versus Boachuk. We wasn't thinking that Boachuk was going to give a run for his money. No, 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 no. We look past that. You ain't think that Tim Tszyu was going to lose to however you pronounce the dude's name. You ain't think that. You guys show more love to foreign fighters than American fighters. You guys will give Tim Tszyu the benefit of the doubt more than a guy that became undisputed in Jermell Charlo. And I saw it in this community. I saw it for the most part in this community. You guys was given. I'm not saying you guys, like when I say you guys, I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying the guys is right now in the chat. You guys was giving more props to Tim Tszyu than the guy that ran through the division and cleaned out the division in the 154-pound division. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. More people was giving way more credit to Tim Tszyu than Jermell Charlo. You guys were shaming Jermell Charlo with a Tim Tszyu. And now y'all looking at Tim Tszyu, and now y'all ain't talking about Tim Tszyu. Because now you know what the fuck this guy did. It's the same way, and I keep it consistent. Do I want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez? Of course I want to see that fight. Am I going to shame Canelo because you don't want to fight David Benavidez? Hell no. What has David Benavidez done for me to shame a four-division world champion, the king of boxing, the guy that been holding boxing down in North America? Yo, it's like I said in my video yesterday. If Canelo Alvarez retires, if Canelo retires after 2025 or within 2025, yo, that leaves, yo, it will cripple North American boxing like we never seen it before. Like we never seen it before. Like, yeah. Throughout the years, we've been talking about that boxing is dead. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to your boy Punch One Boxing. I told y'all before that if y'all familiar, if y'all new to the channel, but I know the people that have been familiar with the channel can vouch for me. I've been saying that support the American fighters, support the American fighters. Boxing is leaving. Boxing's gonna be dead. These networks are gonna leave. I was the one, a matter of fact, for the people that have been following me when I was breaking down the Demetrius Andre versus David Benavidez in the live before the fight, the 2 days before the fight, when I was in the hotel, go check the live. I told y'all that ESPN is already leaving Top Rank and they're already negotiating with the Zone or Amazon Prime. I broke that fucking story at November of 2023. And look what's happening now. No American major platform is pumping money to any American promoters or any American entities in the sport of boxing. Showtime is out. ESPN is out. What's going to happen in North America? Because Canelo Alvarez have a chokehold. Canelo Alvarez is saving North American boxing. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Help me out, folks. Am I lying? Is Canelo Alvarez saving North American boxing? And and let's say if Gervonta Tank Davis is the cash cow of his generation. I'm talking about the generation of Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson and Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I don't give a damn if you hate Tank or like Tank. He brings the attraction. It's Canelo Alvarez, and then it's Gervonta Tank Davis. Am I right or wrong, or am I lying? It's Canelo Alvarez, and if you take out Canelo Alvarez, it's Tank, right? Whether you a fan, let's be real, let's be honest. Come on, help me out in the chat. Yes or no? It's Canelo saving boxing, got boxing on his shoulder right now. And if it's not Canelo Alvarez, it's Tank. He the one that's selling out arenas. Let's be real, let's be honest. This is the landscape of boxing right now. In North America. Give me a yes or no. Anybody in the chat? Is my chat working too slow or something like that? I don't see a yes or no. I don't see nobody putting a yes or no. I want to know. I just want to know because I gotta stop me in the track, or I could keep the flow going. He's holding it together for now, but they are close to being on their way out. Comic Legends, yeah. But if he's on his way out, then who's the guy? If he's on his way out, then who's the guy? I know Teal would say Teal would say boxing. I'm just but I'm talking about realistically. Right now, where we at right now. Where we at right now. If Canelo Alvarez is not that guy, who's the guy? Yeah, Xavier's up next. Guys, come on, man. Let's be real, man. Forget about who we like or who we dislike. The fact is that Gervonta Tank Davis sells out any arena he fights in. From Atlanta, from Cali, from New York, from Vegas. And guess what? As much as y'all want to shit on PBC, that's who PBC got. Canelo and Tank. I hate PBC. PBC ain't shit. PBC is this. Oh, Heyman is this. Well, guess what? PBC is the only one that's really, truly traffic wise, viewership wise, pay per view wise, is what keeping boxing alive with Tank and Canelo Alvarez in terms of attraction, viewership, money, and pay per view. No? And because we showed lack of support as well, and we became a community of fire stick and everything, it goes abroad. Imagine us asking for David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez, and David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez is going to be out there in the Middle East. We was about to get Virgil Ortiz and Boost Ennis in the Middle East. Are we happy? Let's be honest. Or we just, hey, at least we get the fight. We get the fight. I would love to go to that fight. I would love to feel the energy. Matter of fact, I would love to be. It's nothing better than, okay. I would love to see AJ versus Fury. And if I was English, I would be upset if that happens in the Middle East. How that fight is gonna happen outside? Nah. You telling me that David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez in a Cinco de Mayo in the Middle East? Nah. I want to see that energy of the Mexicanos, Chicanos, Latinos. Can you imagine if we would have seen Fernando Vargas or Julio Cesar Chavez and Oscar de la Hoya and Julio Cesar Chavez in the Middle East? Can you imagine? I'm just saying. I mean, of course, it's almost like when Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman. It wasn't in America. So it's the same shit. I don't care where the fights happen, and they just need to happen. No, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. I'm just saying, like, damn. But also is that everything is gonna be outside of America. And yo, Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, Sergey Alashiki put that on Rihan season. You know it's gonna happen in the Middle East. He's gonna want it with his people. He's gonna have it with his people in their palace. Yeah, we're gonna get the fight, but that energy is not gonna be the way it should be. I love what Turkey is doing. But I think that Tyson Fury versus Usyk should have been in the UK. That's a stadium fight. That undisputed that we haven't watched in 20, that should have been in the UK, in my opinion. That's 100K in a stadium. But it is what it is. It's still boxing. We went through the pandemic, so we seen great fights when there was. We did get T.O. versus Lomachenko, and nobody was there. That fight could have happened May 30th of that year in Madison Square Garden. And maybe if the pandemic would have never happened, and we know that Tio and Loma did 4.3 million, 4.2, 4.3 million viewership in America. Still the most viewed fight in national TV. Still the most viewed boxing bout. Imagine with the win that Tio had, a knockout in Madison Square Garden with Richard Comey, and the performance that Loma gave versus Luke Campbell, that energy that was going to go to Madison Square Garden. I think this is the pandemic is like the gift and the curse. The pandemic still got the fight with Tio and Loma, but I think that's why his value or the way that the purse and all that stuff with Tio could have Tio and Loma was due to sell out Madison Square Garden. That's the unfortunate part of the pandemic for Tio. That his moment, while the world was watching, but that Madison Square Garden moment, and we wouldn't be talking about, or like guys like Bill Haney wouldn't be talking about, or whether you don't do numbers or pay-per-views and stuff like that, because that fight could have happened in pay-per-view. That fight was supposed to be pay-per-view too. But yeah, the hiccup with George Cambosa still, it is what it is. Because if that hiccup never would have happened, if he would have knocked out George Cambosa, where would T.O. be, in your opinion? If he would have knocked out George Cambosa, where would T.O. be? That was like the biggest high and the biggest drop, like that, right? But like I said, what's the best story in America is the redemption story. And then when he beat Josh Taylor, bing, right back. And that's what Devin Haney needs to do. Now, I was talking about this. What do y'all think about this, folks? I want to ask this question. I want to ask this question. Is Bill Haney overshadowing Devin Haney? And I'm not talking about that he's just talking over Devin Haney. I'm saying, to be honest, I gotta be. I'm honest with this one. I really, I'm always honest, even if I'm comedic. But if you had to make me choose in boxing, who to keep in boxing, Bill or Devin, I think I would pick Bill. What Bill's entertaining to me, in my opinion. Like whether he may cap in certain things and keeps it real in others. I'd rather have like when people be like, "Yo, Bill need to shut up." No, no, no. I actually like when Bill talks. Oh, yo, Devin Haney should speak up. In my opinion, Devin Haney is not entertaining speaking up. He stutters a lot. He doesn't have the flow. He don't have a better mouthpiece than his father. So no, I'd rather Bill Haney talk. Yo, these fathers need to shut up. No, 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 no. Why the fathers need to shut up? No, 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 no. Even when I go back and forth and debating with Bill Haney and stuff like that. For me, it's nothing. It's not personal. It's not personal. I'm gonna have my content. He's gonna have his content. He gives us content. Devin Haney don't give us no damn content. Bill Haney is giving us the content. All Devin Haney is doing is being in the gym and giving us pad work and heavy bag or pad work. That's it. Or Bill is giving us the content. Coda in the building. What's good, Coda? I'd rather keep Bill than Devin. And I'm gonna say it like this, and I said this before. The reason why Bill has to stay out there in the limelight, within conversation, creating the type of traffic and engagement, you know why? It's because Bill is just not, he's not just gonna be in the limelight just for Devin. He's also in the limelight because he also got a potential star that could be in tennis, and that's his son Sean Haney. But yeah, man, that's for another content. But anyway, you know, that was the live. I just feel like I wanted to go live about this Jermell Charlo. I don't understand the hate, but Bill loves the Garcia. I mean, I'm all hey, the father talking. I'm all good for that. I always say fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing. Y'all don't like Floyd Schofield Sr. Man, shout out to Floyd Schofield Sr. Shout out to my brother Teofimo Lopez Sr. Shout out to Bill Haney. Shout out to Virgil Ortiz Sr. I wish that Virgil Ortiz Sr. would talk more too, in my opinion. You know how to talk trash if you push and shove it. He'll talk that shit. All the fathers. Why not? The promoters don't promote no more. Yeah, I want the sons to talk more. They're the one that's stepping inside the ring. They're the one that's stepping. They're the one that got need to cash their check. Man, so what? That's their father. So you telling me that we could all talk about them, but their own father can't praise them and talk about them? Man, please, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, folks. Whether y'all, hey, yo, if my son was a fighter, yeah. If y'all think Bill Haney is, if y'all don't, if you think Bill Haney's obnoxious and TOC is obnoxious, shit, man, I'll be that 2.0. You crazy. Man, please. I'll be pumping and praising my son, man, all day long. Y'all would hate me worse than y'all hate LaVar Ball, Bill Haney, Tiff from Lopez Sr. put together. Nah, 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 nah. Maybe Shingo, it will be talking shit, but y'all don't understand Japanese. Oh, yo, yo, my son, oh, yo, my son is a bad. You punch pussies, everybody. Y'all don't know that what he's saying in his language. Y'all don't know if Papachenko is talking man shit about all the fathers and going back and forth. Y'all don't understand Ukraine. I hate these fathers, man. I hate these fathers, man. Shut up. Nah, nah, nah. Bill Haney, talk your ish. We don't gotta agree on everything he say, but talk your shit. Just like we talk our shit. We praise and talk shit about Devin Haney. Why his father can't back his son up? Why everybody talking shit about him? Oh, he needs to stay shut. Now let me ask y'all a question. If a bunch of people was talking ish about your son, well, you don't got the mouthpiece and the platform to talk ish to the people that talk shit about your son. I think that's what people mistake as well. Sometimes we look at Bill and Devin like separate entities. In the end of the day, that's still his son. He has every right to talk his ish. He has every right to even be, remember he's his father, not only father, but also the trainer and the manager. He could talk. And at least this thing about Bill Haney that he got better than everybody in the sport of boxing that holds the manager position. He's the most transparent one. He'll talk to us. He'll talk to the big channels, he'll talk to the little channel. So we gotta give him that. At least Bill Haney is not afraid for us to question him. And the thing, Bill Haney, he runs to the smoke too. We gotta give him that. At certain point, we gotta value that as well. We gotta value that he's also reachable. These other peoples is afraid of coming to our platform. These other people are afraid. Shout out to T.O. Senior. T.O. Senior used to chop it up with us all the time, and he come to the platform as well. You remember I had TLC and Bill Haney in the same time, that live back in the days? That was epic. It ain't happen on ESPN, it happened on Punch Drunk Boxing. But anyway, yo, shout out everybody, man. Hope you have a wonderful night. We're going live tomorrow too. After my balls drop. He going live. Hey yo, man. God bless y'all, man. We out, man. See you tomorrow, man.